Hey everyone, it's Hannah here with Women's Studies 440. So today I'm going to be talking about how to write a research proposal. So this right here is the document that I follow when I write a research proposal. I also have a video created by somebody else um, going over how they would write a research proposal. So the thing I like about the example video that someone else created is that they're they're talking for a broader audience. So they're not just talking about a dissertation proposal. They're talking about if you work in the private sector, if you're an undergraduate working on a bachelor's thesis, and that sort of thing. So that's one plus to that video. One thing that I don't like about that video is the way that the creator understands data is very human and person related. So for our projects in Women's Studies 440, students are collecting data through the Capitol website. So you're not interviewing people, you're not surveying people, you're not doing focus groups. You're looking at bills. So when you are writing about your sample, you'll be writing about either bills, because that would be your sample, during the 2020 legislative session. Or if you opened your data set up to other documents, then you'll include those in your samples. So you sampled bills, you sampled op-eds written within a certain time frame. You'll include any form of data that you included. So I think that's one important caveat. Another thing is that they talk a lot about budget. That's not something you are really, I mean, you can say you didn't have a budget, but that's all you really need to say because we're not spending money on our research. We are poor undergrads and grad students. Okay. So with that being said, this is a document that I'm getting ready to share with everyone, and this is the document that I use when I write research proposals. So one of the things I like about this document is it explains what you're not doing and what you are doing. And I think that's a really important distinction because there's a lot of confusion surrounding what a research proposal should be. Like when I started writing a research proposal, I thought it had to be super long. Like I thought it had to be, 15, 20 pages. And that's not what it is. So that's something to take into consideration. So the most important thing about a research proposal is you really only need to include the things that are going to explain your research question and what you're actually physically going to be doing. So here are the different sections you should include in your proposal, and you'll note that I highlight some of the more important aspects of these different components. So an introduction, a background, some research questions, and then this section on research design and methods should really be about what you have been physically doing as you're compiling your database. And you should be thinking also about how you want to analyze your data. So the analysis stuff is going to go here as well. You've been reading the Hesse-Weber text throughout the semester, so really draw upon that resource and write about what a feminist research method should look like. This stuff here about the chapter outline, that's just for a dissertation where your final product will have different chapters. So for our purposes, you won't need to do that. You also don't need to do a timetable because we already know our timetable. You have the entire semester to work on everything. But this final section here, the significance, that's really important. You want to be able to tell the reader why your research project is so important. So that does need to be included. In terms of length for your research proposal, you can see that this is really a short document. So the significance is going to be a page or less, especially for you folks. It's definitely going to be like half a page. This research method stuff is about 3 pages, 4 pages. Your research question and the way you operationalize that question should be 1 to 2 pages. The background, you're going to start incorporating your lit review and any theory you want to apply to your project. But you've already been working on that, so that shouldn't be too difficult. And then your introduction should really be you introducing your reader to the topic and your interest in that topic. So you can see that the assignments we've been doing leading up to the research proposal should really help you out. So you already wrote a literature review in the past couple of weeks. That's going to be in your background information. You should already be thinking about your research question as it relates to your topic. That's going to go here. And then you've been compiling this database for weeks, months, really now. So for the methods section, you really just want to write about what you did. And the other video that I am having you watch, that highlights a lot of the minute details that you need to include in your methods section, such as sampling and things like that. The Hesse-Bieber text also goes over all of that. So use that text generously and be sure to cite when you do, using APA or ASA formatting. And then the significance is a short little, 1 to 3 paragraphs, and you're just writing about why you believe your research question and your topic is important and significant in the field of women's studies. Okay, so this can maybe seem like a little bit of an overwhelming thing that you have to do, but keep in mind that the majority of this stuff is going to be the basis of your final paper in this class. So it's not as though you're writing this research proposal for no reason. You'll be able to use this document as you continue working throughout the semester, adding to it, adding your analysis, adding your findings and that sort of thing. And this will become the basis of your final paper in this class, especially the research design and methods. That will be such an important part of your final paper in this class. So really do a good job of writing this and including all of these highlighted components so that when you go to write your final paper at the end of the semester, you have a working method section. And then similarly, you already wrote your literature review. That's going to go in the background section. So that's all I have for you. I'll be posting this document on Laulima, and I'll also be posting other writing resources as we start to dig into the writing aspects of this class. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me at hannahli@hawaii.edu. Bye, guys.